What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please subscribe if you haven't already. So, a lot of rumors been going around lately, and we've talked about some. And the main one that was swirling, or still is the Kevin Durant saga. And the situation with Kevin Durant is so tricky because it's a combination of where he wants to go, along with the combination of what the Clippers are willing to deal for him, what they're willing to give away. And at this point, where the Clippers are, they definitely need another superstar player because James Harden can't be the number 2 or number 1. He can't be any of those things because he's just not reliable enough in big moments. When the moment doesn't matter, when it's regular season, when we can move on from game to game, when we can, go from one city to the next, James Harden is damn near flawless at times. But if it comes down to a 7-game series where teams are keying in on you, locked in on you, and try to figure out your every strategy within a 7-game stretch or 7-game series, James Harden just doesn't excel in those areas. He's had moments in his career, but just not good enough, which is the reason why he's never won a championship. And the only time he's been to a finals was with the OKC Thunder when he was in his rookie days with KD and Russ leading the charge on that team. So in order for the Clippers to get better, they definitely need another star player who can help Kawhi out and be that rock for the team that they need at times to lean on and support, along with Kawhi. And the Kevin Durant situation is really, it's almost to the point where it just can't happen for the Clippers. This trade more likely can't happen for the Clippers because in the trade talks that was happening, the Clippers aren't willing to deal Ivica Zubac. And that's a tough situation to be in, which makes it tricky, as I said, because you don't want to deal a defensive player like that who has played great for you this past season. And he was arguably their best player last season or this past season until Kawhi stepped back on the floor. And James Harden having games that he had, and you could throw Norman Powell in there at times, but Zubac was the most healthy / consistent out of all of them. So it's hard to get rid of a guy like that in the Clippers' mind, but sometimes you have to just take that chance and go after what's best for the team. Not a lot of teams have size. Not a lot of teams care about having a center in the paint who can block shots when the 3 is the ultimatum over everything and scoring is. And the fact that the Clippers would have an opportunity to have a big 3 in their mind, according to sources, they don't want to give up Zubac for Kevin Durant. Simply because Kevin Durant's older and there's no guarantee you'll win with Kevin Durant. But at the same time, you haven't won with Zubac and nobody else on your team now. So, you got to weigh the pros and cons there. And then on top of that, which makes it worse, or not worse, but which makes it even more difficult, Kevin Durant has spoken about the teams he wants to be traded to. And the Clippers weren't one of them lately. Lately, it's been the Spurs, it's been the Houston Rockets, and I think even the Grizzlies were thrown in there as a pick. So it's all about where Kevin Durant wants to be too. And the Clippers just, I don't know, they have to find a way to get the right pieces in there if they want to win. Because at this point, you could win with Kawhi, but you don't want to put all the onus on his knees and hope it's going to last a full season and a full playoff run going all the way to the finals. He's been on load management for a while for a reason, because he's been hurt, because he has injuries. Not because he doesn't want to play basketball, but because that's just what comes with him. But you sacrifice that because in the playoffs, he is one of the greatest playoff performers we ever seen, and he is one of the greatest players to step on the floor. Hence the reason why he's a top 75 player, and he's won multiple championships and has played way less games than a lot of these superstars you see, and they don't have as many championships as he does with more playing time. So his greatness is never questioned. It's his availability. And last year he played 34 games, and then he went to the playoffs healthy and left the playoffs healthy. And hopefully he can stay that way and continue going to next season. But you do need more assistance there. And somebody like Kevin Durant would be great for the Clippers. It's just that getting him is going to be a milestone for the Clippers because they don't want to deal certain assets that they have, and they don't want to take a risk no more than they have, which is not good if you're trying to win. Sometimes you got to go all in, take that risk, and don't worry about the outcome. And they did it on a Paul George, so why not try it on a Kevin Durant? You know, they're going to lose some pieces if they go after a star player. They still have a contention to get somebody like Drew Holiday as well. Maybe a few other pieces. I'm hearing Terry Rozier is another name out there they can possibly, pry away from, the Miami Heat. But regardless, they have to find a way to win. And they have to find a way to get superstar talent to come there. And that's going to be their biggest problem because they just don't get it done. You got one of the best playoff performers ever, and you can't get it done. He hasn't been on the floor a whole lot, but when he has, they've had opportunities. The bubble was an opportunity. Kawhi played bad in one game, Game 7, because he got tired, because he couldn't carry the load no more, and he's supposed to have help. And they were up 3-1 in this series. Somebody else could have stepped up one of those games besides Kawhi Leonard and assisted him to knock off Denver to go further. A few years back, he gets hurt with the ACL injury, and I thought they had a good chance that year. Just didn't happen. This year, they look pretty formidable. They lose in the first round in 7 games. And they couldn't count on James Harden when they needed him. And gave away a game or two in the series that they should have won. It's always something with the Clippers. It really is. And other superstars see that. Other players around the league see that. So, like I said, it's all about where Kevin Durant wants to go, Giannis, them, whoever, where they want to go, rather than just about trade talks. Because they're superstars. They can make decisions with the organization and go where they want. So, the Clippers better find a way to hit a home run. Because right now, the only thing they can do is make first, second base trades. They can't make home run trades. Because, of course, teams are going to ask for Zubac. Of course, teams are going to ask for Norman Powell. Of course they are. You do it. If you have to. Because you're not winning with the current roster you have. You didn't even get out the first round with the current roster you have. As good as Zubac played throughout the season and everything, you didn't get out the first round. So you have to make moves based upon what you see. And the Clippers just don't do that. And they whiff on opportunities sometime I think they should actually go on. But that just goes to show what type of organization they've been throughout the years. And they just been a bad decision-making organization. And to have somebody like Kawhi Leonard there, even though he's hurt, the times he's on the floor, you shouldn't be going out in the first round against a Denver team with a coach that's only been coaching 1 year. Half a season. That's utterly no good. So either they need to get some superstar talent or basically just start over.